Hello children. So previously we have studied about the first part of the computer peripherals, that is chapter 1. Now we are going to study about the second part, that is output devices and storage devices. In the last session we have studied about the input devices. Okay, input devices means what? The devices with which we can enter the data into the computer, we can store the data into the computer, that are nothing but the input devices. Now we are going to study about the output devices and storage devices. Okay, now first we will study about the output devices, then we will move to the storage devices. Okay, first understand what is meant by output devices. Now, an output device is the device that takes the information from the computer and converts it into the readable form, in a form that the user can read or hear it. Fine. Okay. What is the function of the output device? It takes the information from the computer and converts it into a form that we can read or hear. Okay, fine. Now, the information which is present in the computer is in the form of a machine language. Now, what is meant by machine language? It is the language that only computer can understand. Okay, fine. So, when we are giving any input to the computer, it is stored inside the computer in the form of a machine language. Now, what is meant by machine language, that you will study ahead. Okay, fine. Now we have given input, it is stored inside the computer in the form of a machine language, but we want the that stored information, we want to access that stored information. So what we want the desired result from the computer. So what does output device does? Output device, it takes the information from the computer, it extracts the information from the computer, and it converts that information which is present in the form of machine language, it converts that information into a form that we can read or hear. Okay, fine. What understood the function of the output device? Now the result of processing done by the computer is called the output. When the computer processes certain result, fine, it is called the output. Okay, fine. Now there are few examples of the output devices that we are going to study. Okay, the first device is the visual display unit. It is also called as the monitor of the computer. Everyone knows what is meant by desktop. Okay, you have learned in the previous classes, right? What is meant by desktop? It looks like a TV screen. It is called as the monitor, and visual display unit is also called as the monitor. Okay, fine. Now that screen of the visual display unit is made up of many tiny dots called as pixels. Okay, what that screen is made up of? It is made up of very tiny dots. Okay, and that tiny dots are nothing but the pixels. What it is called? Pixels. Okay, the screen of visual display unit or monitor is made up of many tiny dots called as pixels. Okay, fine. Now the resolution of a picture on the screen depends on the number of pixels. Okay, the greater the number of pixels, the higher the resolution is. Okay, fine. The more the number of pixels, the clearer the image is. Okay, fine, understood. Now what is meant by visual display unit? It is called as the monitor, and it looks like a TV screen. It is nothing but the desktop of your computer. Okay, fine. The screen of the monitor is made up of many tiny dots called as pixels. Okay, now the resolution of the image on the screen on the monitor, it depends on the number of pixels. What is meant by resolution? It is nothing but the clarity of the image. Okay, the more the number of pixels, the higher, the more clear your image will be. Okay, fine. Now moving on. Now the second device that we are going to study is printers. You all are aware of about printers, right? They provide the information in the printed form. Now since the printers provide the information after extracting the information from the computer, right? So it is called as the output device. Okay, fine. Why it is called as output device? Because they provide the information in a printed form. Okay, fine. Now there are two types of printers, impact printers and non-impact printers. Now impact printers were used in earlier days, okay, in previous years. Okay, now they are not used. Okay, fine. These are the those which work by striking an ink ribbon. Now there's an ink ribbon attached in this type of printers, and due to that they produce much noise, they are very slow, and they gives us poor quality output. Okay, fine. Now some of the examples of the impact printers are dot matrix and line printers. The image of the dot matrix printer and line printers you can see on your screen. Okay, fine. They look exactly like this. Okay, but they were used in previous years, in the very earlier years. Okay, when the invention of printers was done. Okay, fine. They were very slow, they were very noisy. Now noisy means when they used to produce the printing output, they used to produce much noise. Okay, fine. And due to that they also used to give the poor quality output. Okay, fine. So moving on. Now the next type of printers are non-impact printers. Okay, non-impact printers are the printers which we use in today's days. Okay, it includes laser printers and inkjet printers. Laser printers means the printers which give us the output in black and white ink, that are nothing but laser printers. And what are inkjet printers? The printers which give us the output in colored form. Okay, when we get the output in colored form, that are nothing but the inkjet printers. Okay, fine. They are faster than the impact printers. Okay, they are much faster, they produce much less voice than the impact computers. Okay, and they are used currently in today's days. Okay, fine. These are called as non-impact printers. Okay, so the next device that we are going to study is the speakers. Speakers, it produces the sound output. Okay, when we want to hear a song, or we want to play a recording, okay, we use speakers. Okay, some speakers are already built inside the computer, whereas some are kept outside the computer. Okay, fine. You will notice that some of the desktop computers do not have the speakers built in it. Okay, that's why they need speakers. They have speakers attached from outside the desktop. Okay, fine. Now, to produce the sound, a sound card is installed in the computer to play music or produce sounds. Okay, sound card is very essential for the speakers or for the computer to play music or produce sounds. Okay, fine. Now, the next device is LCD projector. This device is used for giving presentations generated on a computer. Now, you will know, you will notice that in our school, in every class, a LCD projector is installed. Okay, fine. And why it is installed? Because this device is used to give presentations generated on the computer. Okay, it displays the presentation on a white screen uh, installed in front of it. Okay, fine. What is the function of the LCD projector? This device is used for giving presentations generated on a computer. Okay, so moving on. Now, this was all about the output devices. Now we are going to study the last topic of this chapter, that is storage devices. Okay. Now, when we have any information, we store it inside our brain, right? Similarly, when we store any information inside the computer, it is actually stored inside the computer's memory, right? Okay, Now the computer has the large storage space to store vast amount of information. Computer has the large storage space to store huge amount of information. Okay, inside its memory. Now computer's memory is of two types. Okay, first is primary memory, second is secondary memory. Now primary memory is the inbuilt memory. It stores the necessary programs of the system software. It stores all the required programs that is essential to run the entire system of the computer. It is stored permanently inside the primary memory. Okay, now primary memory is of two types, RAM and ROM. First we will study about RAM. Now RAM stands for random access memory. Okay, fine. It is a read or write memory, means it's data you can read also, and you can also update it. You can also write inside the RAM. Okay, now it is the volatile memory. Volatile means what? When you're doing any task on the computer and you are storing some information inside the RAM, and you suddenly your power supply is off. Okay, now when you switch on your computer again after you regain your power supply, you will not be able to access the contents of the RAM. Okay, fine. Means what? Your contents that you're storing inside the RAM, you can access it only as long as your power supply is on. Okay, as soon as your power supply is off, you will lose all your contents. Okay, fine. That's why it is called as the volatile memory. Okay, fine. It stands for random access memory. It is read or write memory, means you can read also, you can access that memory, and you can also update that memory. You can also write that memory uh, the way you want. Okay, fine. It is a volatile memory, means what? Its contents are available to you only as long as the power supply of your computer is on. Okay, fine. Now we will study about ROM. Now ROM stands for read only memory. Okay, just remember this full forms. It is very much important. Okay, RAM stands for random access memory, ROM stands for read only memory. Okay, it is the permanent memory. It is non-volatile, means what? Its contents will not be lost even after the power supply has been switched off. Okay, means you will be able to access your contents, your information, even after your power supply is off. If the power supply is off, then when you switch on again your computer, you will be able to access your contents that you're storing inside the ROM. Okay, it is only read memory. You cannot update that memory, you cannot write in that memory. Only thing is that you can read from that memory. Okay, it is the permanent memory. Okay, fine. Now this was all about the primary memory. Now few things we have to learn before learning about the secondary memory. Okay, first term is the units of memory. Now you all know that the some certain things are having units, like distance units are kilometer, meter. Fine. Okay, similarly, computer is also having a unit of memory. Okay, computer's memory is also having its units. Okay, now at the beginning I have introduced you to the term called as machine language. Okay, machine language is nothing but the language which is understood only by the computer. Okay, fine. A computer stores information in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, and this language in the form of zeros and ones is nothing but the machine language. Okay, fine. Understood? Now these 0 and 1 are called as binary digits. Okay, now the number system that we study in the mathematics, that is from 0 to 9, is nothing but decimal number system. Okay, now the these zeros and 1, the strings of zeros and ones, that in which the information is stored are nothing but the machine language. Okay, and zeros and ones are called as binary digits. Okay, in machine language. Okay, fine. Now, a combination of binary digits means a combination of zeros and ones, also called as bits. Okay, a combination of binary digits, also called as bits. Now, the next term that we are going to study is nibble. Now, a group of 4 bits is called a nibble. Okay, fine. A group of 4 bits is called a nibble. Now, next term is byte. A group of 8 bits is called as byte. Okay, 4 bits, a group of 4 bits is called a nibble. A group of 8 bits is called a byte. Okay, fine. Now, the next term is word. Okay, the length of a computer word is called as word size or word length. Okay, fine. Now, computer word means what? A group of nibbles and bytes. Okay, fine. Now, it may be as small as 8 bits or it may be as long as 96 bits. Okay, fine. Depending upon that, the length of the computer word is called as the word size or word length. Okay, fine. It can be as small as 8 bits or it can be as long as 96 bits. Okay, fine. A group of 4 bits is called nibble. A group of 8 bits is called as byte. Okay, fine. The length of the computer word, and computer word is nothing but in the form of binary digits, that is zeros and ones. Okay, fine. The length of the computer word is called as the word size or word length. Okay, fine. So moving on. Now there are some conversion units of memory, just like 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Similarly, there are some conversion units. There are some bigger units of memory, and first is kilobyte. Okay, 1 kilobyte is equal to 1024 bytes. Okay, then next is megabyte. 1 MB or 1 megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobytes. Okay, fine. Then next is gigabyte, GB. 1 GB is equal to 1024 megabytes. 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB. Okay. Then next is terabyte. The highest unit is terabyte. 1 TB is equal to 1024 gigabyte. Okay, fine. Just also remember this bigger units of memory. Okay, then we are going to study about the secondary memory. Okay, you know that primary memory is the temporary memory. Now we need some permanent access so that we can store our data in the permanent form. Okay, fine. So we that comes under the secondary memory. Okay, fine. Now some of the secondary devices that we are going to study are CD or DVD drive. Okay, then pen drive. Pen drive, I think you all know what is meant by pen drive. Then next is hard disk, and similarly such few more examples that we will study in the secondary memory. Okay, now first that we are going to study is CD-ROM and DVD. CD-ROM stands for compact disc read-only memory and DVD stands for digital versatile disc. Now CDs and DVDs, they are rarely used nowadays, instead of only few occasions. Okay, fine. Now DVD holds much more data than a CD-ROM. Okay, means in CD-ROM you can store your audio, you can store few clips of movies, but you cannot store the entire movie inside the CD-ROM. You can store the entire movie inside the DVD only. Okay, means DVD's storage space is much larger than CD-ROM. Okay, fine. And DVDs have faster data speed than CD-ROMs. Okay, fine. Now, DVD readers work with CD-ROMs but not the other way around. DVD readers can read the CD-ROMs but CD-ROMs cannot read DVDs. Okay, means DVDs you can play inside the CD-ROM drive, but CD-ROM drive inside the CD-ROM drive you cannot play a DVD. Okay, fine. Now CD-ROM are in two forms, CDR and CDRW. Now CDR means recordable CD. In that you can record your sound and that sound is stored inside it permanently. It cannot be deleted, it cannot be erased. Okay, fine. Now then CDRW, it stands for compact disc rewritable. Okay, inside that if you are storing your information, you can also erase it, you can also delete it. Okay, fine. Now these are the two types of CD-ROM, CDR and CDRW. Then next we will study the next storage device,